high. So I was just gonna like pick something at random and try it, and I might still do that, but then that feels very arbitrary and not at all what I've been doing, right? I've been trying to give us the space to slow down, take a breath, take some water, and see how we are, and then make something based off of that, not based off of some random external thing. So 3 breaths is always a good idea. Today, in this moment, I am feeling happy that I'm done with my Zoom calls for the day, although I still have notes to write. Warm. Why am I so hot right now? And I'm feeling a bit more balanced because my partner's back. So I picked him up from the airport last night and we're just getting kind of back into the groove. And there's a lot that happens and shifts when you're not spending like a week together. And so this adjustment to him being back is also interesting. I have noticed the ways in which I appreciate him. One being that I don't have structure or routine on my own, and it's really hard for me, and he provides that often. And 2, that I don't feed myself very well, and he makes dinner for me and gets groceries. And the third thing I think in appreciation is the physical touch piece, and how we all really need to have people we trust to just hug. I think it's something like 20 seconds can create a calm, bring you back to yourself and ground you. But just how interesting it is when you've gone like a week without the physical touch of someone that you've chosen. I'm going to take some time now to make some art around that, and I will post my process as well as my finished product. One thing I thought about doing for Make with Jae is some readings, and so for today my words that came to me after I shared what I just did is this idea of being held and how important being held is by someone you trust and love, but knowing that we all also need to feel that freedom to just be ourselves, to go on camping trips, to try something new, to take risks and make mistakes. And that brought up these 2 words, which I wrote down, held and free. And then that led me to this book, which is pretty famous at this point, Untamed by Glennon Doyle. And so I am going to read one of the last parts of this book on page 320. When people encounter our family, their eyes get big and they say, wow, in one tone or another, because they haven't seen a family exactly like ours before. Our family is specific because we are specific people. We did not use a blueprint created by someone else and then struggle to fit each of us inside. We create and recreate our family again and again. Our lives, our schedules, our relationships, our choices, again and again. Starting from the inside of each one of us and out authentically. We will continue to do that forever. So each of us will always have room to grow and still belong. That is what family is to me, where we are both held and free. So this is what I came up with. I use soft materials because I think in trusting relationships, it's important to be soft. So some yarn, ribbon, feathers, and this like kind of soft leather. I use purple and blue and white. And now that I look at that, I think about the chakras and that these are like higher chakra colors. So they're intuition, maybe trusting who we trust, what we need, trusting ourselves and a higher power. I used a feather. I'm not really sure why, but I think part of it has to do with freedom. So free and held, holding two things at the same time, this tension. Be both free as a bird and then held. And then I did like a very loose wrapping and I secured it in hot glue. And so instead of feeling held and suffocated, which is what the wire piece that I undid at the beginning was, which that was needed at a time. I need to feel that firmness, right? And that held. But today there's a feeling of needing this like loose holding, and hot glue is one of my favorite materials to use because you can take it apart at any time. So this isn't permanent. And usually when I make things like this that are very feelings based, although it's very beautiful, it's not maybe something that you would show in an art gallery. I take these things apart a lot, so I'll keep it for a time. Maybe I'll hang it on my wall with the rest of mine, and then when I'm ready, sometimes I take it apart and I reuse the elements. Not until it has showed me its meaning for long enough that it's really integrated in me. And the visual is how that works for me. I'm leaving it somewhere so that I can look at it, remember the meaning, and then integrate it into myself. So this is my piece that represents feeling both free and held. So I look forward to seeing and hearing from you. Please post whatever you make on Make with Jae, and also reach out to me, private message me, email me if you want, at hello@joannalynwarren.com. And also reach out if you want to do a one-on-one, if you want to have, just some more personal connection around this. I'm looking for feedback, and if it's a one-on-one or it's a Zoom group or we make art in the park together, I'm totally open to what might be helpful for all of us in this time of reentry. And it's always a good time to identify our feeling states and see it in multiple ways through multiple lenses, and then be able to visually be reminded of it by the piece that we're making. Take care, and I look forward to seeing what you make and talking to you tomorrow on Make with Jae morning.